On the line is the Instigator. Well, not exactly the Instigator. That's one of the monster trucks that'll be at the Monster Jam here at West Banco Arena. And, of course, you can get all the details at monsterjam.com. It is happening February 20th through the 22nd, Friday 7:30 p.m., Saturday 2 and 7:30, and Sunday 2 p.m. And, Paul Bro, thanks for joining me.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
All right, tell me about the Instigator monster truck. You've been driving it for 4 years now.
Yeah, it's a I don't know what to tell you. It's a monster truck. It's my fourth year driving it, and it's learn every year with it. Glad to be back in Wheeling, West Virginia with it, and interact with the fans. And we always have a great time when we show up there. And it's a nice little arena that we put on a good show.
Now, your press release includes a lot of pictures from one of your other times here at West Banco Arena. And how successful are you on the monster truck circuit?
We actually do pretty good. We're sporting a new body this year, so that all the graphics has changed and come up with a new paint scheme that we're really happy with. I mean, we do pretty good. We're a very competitive truck. We get out there and try not to tear it up, but, sometimes when you strap that helmet on, the adrenaline gets the best of you. But we run the same equipment that anybody else is running, and we have a good time with it.
Now, 1,500 horsepower. I'm sure people can't even comprehend what that is. Isn't that like 10 times more than a muscle car?
Yeah, it's we run with superchargers on it, which basically forces the air into the motor. So you're basically forcing the motor to run a lot harder than it normally would under normal conditions. I mean, everybody looks at, the newer cars today have turbos on them, and they bump the horsepower, maybe 50 or 100 horsepower. They get extra out of their turbos, but we strap on a supercharger on the top of the motor, and it's an instant 600, 700, 800 horsepower. I mean, it's just bolt-on horsepower.
Now, a lot of people think that the engine would be the first thing to explode on a monster truck that's just gone too far. But that's not really the case, huh?
No, it's really not. I mean, with the technology, the technology in these monster trucks have come such a long way in the last 20 years since the first time you were out watching Bigfoot run over cars and whatnot. And it actually had to, because there would be no way we could do what we do with a monster truck today with that kind of technology. But, the motors, we've actually come up with a very dependable and reliable setup with an engine combination with the blower and the crank and the cubic inch. And it's very reliable. I mean, other than, we freshen them up we have a maintenance schedule for them, and we change the oil every week and all that kind of stuff. But, it's the better you make something, you find a weak link somewhere else in the truck. So it's either in the drivetrain somewhere or a shock. But anytime you put a 10,000-pound piece of equipment and throw it up in the air and see when it comes down, you find your weak links real quick.
And when was the last time you had a weak link experience?
Last weekend. We actually blew a planetary out last weekend, so it's not hard to find them.
Well, there you go. But you'll be up and ready to go for this weekend, huh?
Oh, absolutely. We actually added, we purchased the backdraft monster truck in our garage, so we actually own two, that are competing in the show this weekend. So, real excited for everybody to come out and see Instigator at West Virginia again and see our new edition and see our new drivers doing.
That's right. It's happening this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at West Banco Arena. Kids tickets still just $10. One final question. Now, you've had 20 years of mud racing experience. How does that, what can you do to take that to the monster truck arena?
Well, the mud racing experience really helped with just the general maintenance and design of the monster truck. I mean, we use shocks that are similar, just a lot bigger. Everything's a lot bigger. Motor our motor experience really helped out because that just, I mean, we basically were running the same type of motors, just, different cubic inch and different blowers on them and whatnot. So when I get into like a straight line racing environment like in West Banco, that's like second nature to me. The only thing different is instead of running through mud, I'm running over a set of cars. But as far as the rest of it, with going over jumps and hitting van stacks, and a lot of that is, everybody thinks or might think that when you hit that obstacles like that, it's just you just nail it and just go for it, and which is really not the case because you can really get yourself in trouble if you let off the throttle too early or stay in it too long. And I've almost did backflips going wheelies and that type of thing. And it's really a driver's finesse thing. There's a lot going on in the cockpit with the rear steering and the shifting, and you can't see out over the hood
Right.
like a regular car. Or mud racing, my front tires are right there, so I could see everything in front of me. In a monster truck, you do most of your steering out of the floor. And we got plexiglass in the floor, and you're looking out of the floor on 80% of your driving, so because you can't see what's right in front of you because the truck sits up so high. So it's a lot different driving stuff, and you really have to pay attention. I drive out the side windows, to see where I'm at, and because you can't turn around because we have special seats made for just the frame of our body so that we don't get hurt and this and that. And so you really have to pay a lot more attention to where you're at, and what you're doing so you don't hit something or hit a jump wrong. But you can't be 100% all the time. So, accidents do happen.
All right, Paul Bro, thanks for joining us. Of course, you've got the Instigator this weekend. And what's the name of the other truck on your team?
The other truck is Backdraft, driven by Ty Cornelius, and there'll be 4 other trucks there. Cletus and Doom, the new Doom truck will be there, and 2 other monster trucks. So it'll be a good show.
All right, it's happening this weekend at West Banco Arena. Of course, you can get your tickets at West Banco Arena, or you can go to westbancoarena.com for all the details. Monster Jam heading to Wheeling this weekend, beginning Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thanks a lot, Paul.
Thank you for having me.